Okay, this is part 2 of if statements, and today we're going to be talking about De Morgan's law, short circuit evaluation, and nested if statements. Hopefully we cover all three topics. Right here is De Morgan's law. And De Morgan's law basically states if it's not P and Q, it's not P or not Q. Okay, it does not get distributed to both P and Q. Now P represents some type of variable relational expression, something like x is less than 3. So you had to basically say the opposite of that, which is x is greater than or equal to 3. Okay. De Morgan's law also applies to the or statement. You have not P or Q, which is the same thing as saying not P and not Q. Just for some examples here, again, P and Q represent some type of relational expression. So let me just give you an example and some mistakes that kids make. So here we have not. Don't mind my writing. I'm writing on a pad and I have no lines to go off of. X less than 3 or x greater than or equal to 7. Okay, and that's a greater than sign. That looks like a 7. So to distribute this, the opposite of x is less than 3 is x is greater than or equal to 3. So we distribute the not to this, the not to the or. Opposite of or is and. And we distribute all the way over here, and this becomes x is less than 7. Okay? And that's how the not operates. Now be careful, because again we distribute this not to the relational expression x is less than 3. Do not do this. This is a lot of kids will make this mistake. They'll say not x is greater than or equal to 3. Okay, that is incorrect. You're distributing the not to the entire relational expression, not the variable. Okay, so let's try another one. Not, and we go x is less than or equal to 4. And we'll use a different variable. Y is greater than 8. Again, you're distributing the not to that expression, to the and to that expression. And this expression here will basically say x, opposite of x is less than or equal to 4 is x is greater than 4. And the opposite of and is or, and the opposite of y is greater than, y is less than or equal to 8. Okay, so that's how we do De Morgan's law. Okay, now the next thing is short circuit evaluation, and I'll try here first. If we had a statement like this, if x is less than 3 and y is less than 4. Okay, so short circuit evaluation occurs if this first one evaluates to be false. Okay, if this is false, so x is less than 3, so that means if x is 4 less than 3? No, it's not, so it makes that false. In Java, it will not evaluate this side of the and symbols. this will not be evaluated. Y is less than 4 will not be evaluated. Since this is false, remember with the truth tables we learned last chapter, for an and to be true, both the first and second has to be true for it to be true. So if this is false, there's no reason for this to evaluate y is less than 4 because it's automatically false. That is short circuit evaluation. So y is less than 4 will not be evaluated. Okay, the same is true with the or. Let's see where I'm at on this screen here. If, I don't know, I must be hitting a button or something here. If x is less than 3 or y is less than 4. If this evaluates to be true, then there's no need to evaluate this, because with an or, only one has to be true. So since this is already true, this will not have to be evaluated. Y is less than 4 does not have to be evaluated. Okay, if this was false, the first section was false, then this will have to be evaluated. And the same thing with an and. If this was true, the second part will have to be evaluated. Okay, so that is short circuit evaluation, and that is De Morgan's law. Okay, so let's just go through some slides here. Again, De Morgan's law, not x is less than or equal to 4 is the same thing as x is greater than 4. Okay, and x equal 3, not x equals 3 is the same thing as x not equal to 3. Okay, and here's just a bigger expression. So that's on the PowerPoints. Okay. Short circuit evaluation, again, if the very first one evaluates to be true, if x is greater than 3, if x is greater than 3 and this is false, then x is less than 10 does not have to be evaluated. Okay. Okay. So there's no need to check x is less than 10. Okay. So here's an example that x equals 2. Is 2 greater than 3? No, it's not. It's false. So there's no need to evaluate that. X is equal to 2. Is 2 greater than 1? Yes, that's true. So there's no need to evaluate this because you only need one true for an or statement for it to be true. Okay. Why would you use short circuit evaluation? Here's a perfect example. Y not equal to 0. Okay. And if that is false, there's no need to go ahead and divide x divided by y, because if you tried that, you would get a runtime error because you cannot divide by 0. So that's just one example of why you would use short circuit evaluation. Now AP usually puts one question on there about short circuit evaluation and De Morgan's law as well on the AP exam. So make sure you know those two topics. Okay. We talked about simple if statements and if else, and talked about the dangling else, and I want to get down to where we get nested if statement. Now, if statements, you could embed if statements inside of if statements inside of if statements as many times as you want. The only thing is make sure you're careful with indenting. Now here we have if x equals 5, y equals 20, else. Notice this if else is also inside this else. Okay. And here we have an if else inside that. And notice we indented this, and this should be indented as well, because this y equals 10 is with this if, and this y equals 0 is with that else. So you want to indent again. And like I said, you could go as much as you want with that. Let's see, int we'll just have int values that equal to 3. And again, when you're doing if statements, if int val is greater than 2, And again, I like to put my parentheses right here. That's up to you. That's just my preference. And let's just say something like system.out.println. We'll just put hi. Okay. Again, I could do else. Okay, and again, if I want to use, I'll use braces. It's always good to use braces. Again, if you're using single lines of code, you really don't need braces. But let's say I want to put an if statement in here, I can. I just go if, let's say int num, and I have to create int num is less than or equal to 6. In the system dot out dot println. And I'll just put inner, for that's the inner if. Oops. Okay, and again I have to create int num, and let's set that equal to 0. So 3 is greater than 2, so that definitely will go in here, so high would be outputted. And 0 is less than 6, so enter should be. And let's go ahead and run this. I hope I don't have any errors. Nope. Okay, great. High and enter. So both of these had to be true for this to run. Let's say int num was 10. Let's run this again. And again, if you notice, only high. It got into the first if, because this was true. High is outputted. It did not get into the second if. Okay. You could be real creative with this. Again, I could put an if statement here. If num, okay, is less than 8. I'll just put else because that's where we're at. We're in the else portion. Okay, and that's, you could do something like that. I'm running out of time here, so let's see. Int num is less than 8, so let's make int num less than 8 where it's 0, and let's make int val is greater than 2, so let's make int val 1, so that's false, so it goes down here to the else portion. So let's go ahead and run this. Hopefully I don't have no errors, which I don't. And again, it comes down here, runs by, and then it runs the else. And you can put another if inside this if statement. Okay, and the key is indenting. If you notice, again, it's all up to you how you'd like to indent this. Okay, I have my begins and ends lined up here for my class, my begins and ends lined up for my main. All this is inside my main. This if, this is all inside the if, and then this is inside this if. So you keep tabbing in. Okay, so that's this next line of level. And then over here, this begin and end here, you have to tab in for that if. Okay, so that is part 2. That wraps everything up for part 2. I know it was kind of fast, but go ahead and read through the notes and the books and try some of the programming. Again, be careful about naming variables. It's very important you name your variables. Follow your procedures. Put your declarations on top. Then your input. We didn't input anything here. Then your process. And then your output at the end. Have a nice day. Enjoy programming.